So hi guys, I am Mar for Toledo, second year BPE College, and for today's video, we will know the mechanics and perform the 22 Philippine traditional games. And in this video, you will not only watching it for fun, but it will unlock our childhood memories. You will gain some benefits also while watching the video. We all know that during our childhood days, all of these games are very enjoyable to play. It makes us more healthy, sociable, and active. So without further ado, let's go. Tug of war. The players begin tagging the rope when the referee gives the signal. Each player pulls backward as hard as they can. The teams continue pulling until the center of the rope crosses where the referee is standing. Ubusan ng lahi. The more players, the better. The game will start with only one, eat, and then try to find and tag other players. Once a player is tagged, he or she then will help the eat to tag the other players until no other participant is left. Pico. Pico is usually played in the backyards and even in roads with few cars passing by. The rule here is the player must step on the first block, kicking the stone to the next block. If the stone goes to the wrong box, the player will lose her turn, but the stone will be placed where it should be from the last kick. Palo Cebo. The participants are asked to gather around the bamboo pole to the order climber. The first climber positions himself at the foot of the pole. At a given signal, the first participant will scamper up the pole. The first to get the flag is the winner. Sankeo. It uses coconut shell. Each team composed of 10 to 12 players. Players will walk with a coconut shell into the finish line. Second, third, fourth player and so on will do the same. Kadang-kadang. The equipment of this kadang-kadang is a 2 pieces of wooden stilt with a steep ladder. The principle of this game is to walk on a stilt from a starting line to a finish line. You must not lose your balance or else you will lose the points. Luksong tinik. 2 players serves as the base of the tinik or thorn by putting the right or left feet together. Players of the other term start jumping over the thorn. Luksong baka. The crouching player gradually stands up as the game progresses, making it harder for the other player jump over him or her. It will repeat again and again until the player decides to stop the game. Sipa.
thrown upwards for the player, those using their foot. The player must not allow the sipa or rattan ball to touch the ground. The spot requires speed, agility, and ball control. Bahay Kubo is a hand-clapping game that involves 4 people. They are split into 2 pairs, a pair having 2 people facing each other and all members from both pair facing the center or being perpendicular to each other, while singing the Bahay Kubo and exchanges routine of clapping. Holen. You must hit the holens inside the holes. Whoever obtained the most marbles are the winner. Tumbang preso uses empty can and slipper as a pamato. The taya is obliged to catch another player. Nevertheless, the taya is only privileged to do so if the player is holding their pamato and when the tin is on its upright position. Shatong. Place the short stick horizontally across the hole and position the long stick in the middle of the short stick and hit the latter as strong as he or she can to the direction of the opponents. As punishment, the loser will shout shato or shatong in a prolong. In Patentero, players will divide into 2 teams with an equal number of runners and taggers. 4 line guards are positioned on the vertical line and 1 on the horizontal line of the court. They are called tadlaser and libuter. Taguan. In Taguan, the 8th person decide to choose a base and close his or her eyes while counting from 1 to 10 and singing the Taguan song. After that, she will look the hiders, shout the name of the person, then touch the base. Once they have saved themselves, they cannot be called. Agawan base or Agawan base. There are 2 teams assigned for each base, Team A and Team B. The stone serves as the base. The goal of each team is to tag the other team's base using their feet. 10-20, it uses garter. The members of the other term will begin to jump while singing the 10-20 and so on. The garters level begin at ankle height and progress to higher position. Buwan-buwan. Players draw a circle on the ground represent as the moon. Players stay inside the circle. Meanwhile, one player acts as a bakunawa, the mythical giant sea serpent who will eat the moon. He may not enter the circle but must touch another player who is inside in order to switch places.
Langit Lupa is a game where the it chases other players to get the new it. Players are allowed to run on the ground or lupa and climb on objects, lang. The it can only tag up players who are on the ground and not those who are on the higher object. The Songka is a two-player turn-based board game wherein the players compete to obtain more stones than the other. The game unleashes the competitiveness of a person. Somehow, the Songka game seems to be a mind game. It is also known to improve the mathematical thinking and observation skills of an individual. Luksong Lubid. Two people will hold the end of the rope, while the rest of the people will fall into the single line. One person must go first, then all of the people must follow what the first person did. Sarangola. This game played usually every windy season in an empty places. Sarangola is usually made of string, paper, and stick. Trompo. A trompo is wood that is formed like a water drop with a nail at the bottom. This is played with the help of a rope. The rope is being wrapped in the trompo starting from the intersection of the wood and nailed up to the half of the wood. When playing the said game, you must be on a flat surface so that the trompo will turn as expected.